Thank you so much.
I am grateful. I have gratitude.
Thanks so much.
Wow, I seem to be on... Wow, I seem to be on a roll.
That was challenging. Looks like I did it. I'm getting the hang of this. Ah, no big deal. I appreciate your guidance. Looks like I did it.
This will be useful.
This isn't so hard. Professor.
Thanks. This should be perfect.
Am I starting to master this?
Guess I learned a thing or two.
You've done me a great service.
Appreciate it.
Are you injured?
To do. Saving the day again?
Apologies.
I'm the one who owes you an apology. You've saved my life how many times now? If I keep being so callous, I'll seem ungrateful.
No matter.
But
I'm accustomed to it.
I'm sorry to do.
Why?
Because the way I speak to you is unnecessarily harsh. The truth of it is, I lost someone very dear to me in Dusker. The punishment came swift to your people, and when I heard of the slaughters, well, I thought it was a punishment well earned. I thought the people cruel and heartless, deserving of the tragedy that ultimately befell them. But you're different. You seem nothing like the people of whom I speak. So why not speak back against how I and so many others feel? Why not question this unfair prejudice and tell me I haven't the right to hold a grudge against you? If you just speak to me, if you tell me the truth about all of this.
I do not know the truth of it myself. His Highness says the tragedy was not the fault of my people. But just like anywhere, there were many different people in Duscur. Some very good, and others very bad. It is not unimaginable that some may have conspired to take part in that wickedness. Perhaps we are merely victims. Or perhaps we are regicidal monsters.
Whatever the truth of it is, you are not to blame. The people I hate are the ones who are responsible for that whole mess. You just got caught up in all of it.
Ingrid.
You've rushed to my side. You've saved me countless times. I am sorry for how I've treated you. Truly.
If you think of me as your ally, that will suffice. For me, that is enough.
Flayn, what's that you're hiding?
Oh no, my surprise is spoiled. I had brought some fruits for you to cut up in addition to the firewood. I thought some variation might prove amusing.
No, I'm not doing that again. I've got better uses for my sword than chopping up fruit and firewood.
I cannot imagine what could be better than chopping fruit.
Chopping up my enemies.
You say that as though you have many enemies. So you would rather chop people than firewood, is that it?
That's not how I'd put it, but a blade's purpose is to kill. To chop wood, use an axe. To chop food, use a knife. It's simple.
Surely it is not forbidden to use your sword for other things, like chopping fruit. Swords that cut inanimate objects are serving a much finer purpose than those that cut living beings.
What a noble sentiment. But without a blade to cut down your enemies, you cannot win. Those who are weak lose everything and they die. Those who are strong win and live on. I understand why you balk at bloodshed, but you must know that it has a purpose.
And what purpose might that be?
A purpose. Let's just leave it at that. I'm not in the mood to debate you. I'll continue to wield my sword, and if necessary, cut down my enemies.
He certainly is a stubborn one.
It's time I fessed up, Yurikins. I saw the whole thing.
What was it you think you saw?
It looked like you were singing to the children in the alley out back. And may I say, you were fantastic. Your performance hit me right in the heart. That was a song from Mittelfrank's Imperial Capital show, right? Ah, the good old days. You must have come back night after night if you remember it that well.
Perhaps a few times. I remember well how you looked upon that stage. You were the talk of the capital among all the nobles. Unsurpassable? Yes, that was it. It's hard to believe I'd run into that unsurpassable songstress in a place like this. Luck is on my side, as ever.
I couldn't convince you to sing tenor yourself, You're talented enough for it.
What are you getting at? Is this an invitation from the mystical songstress herself?
Male virtuosos are hard to come by. Would-be divas are a dime a dozen, but men? Not so much. And they have to be talented. As good as I am, which is very talented indeed. I think you have what it takes. If you're interested, I can...
Sorry, but no. No way in hell am I ever doing that.
Goodness, you could have stopped at no.
I can't think of anything more wretched than getting up on a stage to sing in front of a bunch of people.
You didn't seem to mind singing for those children.
The little ones weren't feeling well and couldn't sleep, so I sang them a lullaby to help. That's a far cry from standing on the same stage as you have, with all of those stuffy nobles staring at me. Truthfully, I'm not brave enough for it.
Rein it in, Yurikins. It's the opera, not the battlefield. This isn't a life or death situation.
Fair enough. Sometimes I forget what's a real threat and what isn't. But I must ask you to never bring up singing again. Not to me. Not if you want to keep things amicable between us.
How can someone that good at singing hate it so much? Ingrid?
What's the matter, Annette? You look upset.
I'm just so sorry. I had no idea.
I'm not sure I follow. Take a breath. What's going on?
Well, I was really curious about why you're not interested in things like makeup. So I asked some of our friends about it, and...
Oh, I see. I imagine they mentioned that my family was fairly poor, and they probably also mentioned that I lost my fiancé. Correct?
They did. I'm so sorry. It was thoughtless of me to try pushing those things on you.
It's perfectly fine, Annette. It's true, my family struggled financially. It wasn't easy growing up, but it taught me values I wouldn't have learned otherwise. And we weren't so poor that I consider myself deprived. I'm sure my family would have bought me makeup if I had wanted it, but it never mattered enough to me. Not then, and not now.
Oh, so you just never sought that stuff out?
Never. While I acknowledge it can be fun, fussing over my outward appearance isn't an instinct of mine. When I was younger, I'd usually be found covered in dirt, bugs in my hair, and a big smile on my face. Things haven't changed too much since. Then, when my fiancé passed on, my priorities shifted even further. It reminded me of what's most important in life. Beyond that, it's hard to think of myself changing without him around to see it, even if it's something trivial like how I present myself. But talking to you has helped me realize it's okay to loosen up and enjoy those things, if I want. So, thank you.
Me? Oh, I didn't do anything at all. Except pester.
More importantly, do you notice anything different about me today?
Yes. It's very subtle, but I could tell right away that you were using that makeup I gave you.
You could? Oh, that makes me happy. I was trying to apply it just how you showed me.
You did great, and it really suits you.
I think there's a lot I can learn from you, Annette. You've helped me embrace a lighter side of life I quite like.
It's my pleasure. Ooh, this is so great. Want to go shopping to celebrate?
Shopping? But what would we buy? That sounds so overwhelming.
There's a dress I've been eyeing for a while now. I'm certain it will complement your pretty eyes. Just leave it to me, Ingrid. I'll make you the most fabulous knight this world has ever seen.
Well, that does sound fun. I look forward to it. Professor?
That looks delicious. Goddess forgive me, I've just got to indulge.
This is...
Yummy! Who made this? I'll have to give my compliment. Ooh! Ooh, this is my favorite. You've got...
I think I like...
This is nearly as delicious as...
I like this.
Predictable!
Professor.
Hey, you.
This is no good.
Professor...
Right. I wonder who...
You've lost someone very dear to you. I'm so... You have my sympathy. Manuela and I can take on some of your workload this month. We can't do all the teaching, but at least we can lighten the load for you. I've always seen strength in your eyes. I know you'll recover. You're a very strong person.
The glory of progress.
Excuse me.
Professor, how are you holding up? I know how heavily grief weighs upon one's heart. I lost my mother some time ago. It was... Forgive me my moment of weakness. Even all these years later, I cannot recall that time without feeling the pain as if it were brand new. Just know that I am praying for your mind and your heart to find peace.
Practice. First Tomas, and now Monica. I do have a theory, though I admit it is nothing more than speculation. Both Tomas... It was as if, perhaps, thinking of it, how they managed...
Professor?
Professor? Professor, a pleasure to see you. was here for confessional. Confessing my foolishness. While I'm at it, may I confess something to you too? I realize what a burden I've been. On you, I mean. After every breakup, I neglect my work, and I know how that affects you. I'm completely worthless as a woman. Can you imagine how that feels? Oh, I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. I just know it. You think so too, don't you? Really? So if I couldn't find anybody else, you'd marry me? Oh, don't worry. I can tell by the look on your face you didn't mean it. What's wrong with me? It's not my looks. I'm still gorgeous. Or am I? Be honest, do I look old? No, not possible. I'm the songstress who swept the Empire off its feet. Men professed their love for me hourly. It can't be my looks. I knew I was right. I'd be in real trouble if I weren't this beautiful. Oh no, if the problem isn't my looks, and they are not the problem, then it must be... what? My personality? I know you're trying to find a way to say it gently, but you think there's a problem, don't you? I suppose I can be a bit unkempt. I do have a short temper, and I may be a little lazy, sometimes. But I've always heard fellas, you know, like a woman with a few flaws. Seems to me there are plenty of flawed girls who have landed themselves a good man. So maybe my trouble is I'm not imperfect enough. Do you think I could use a few more flaws? Are you saying I'm perfect as I am? Come now, you'll make me blush.
I answered correctly. It seems I've improved. No need for praise. I answered correctly. I answered correctly. I answered correctly.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for your time. I got it? Good! You're quite the motivator, Professor. I appreciate your coaching, Professor.
Oh, I see now. Everything went pretty well today.
I got it? Good!
Yeah! Who's the best? I'm the best. I'm glad I put in some effort. For once. Yeah! Who's the best? That was so helpful. Thanks. Yeah!
I have done it! No need to just continue with the praises. I have done it! I have done it! I understand more every day.
Let's do this again sometime, Professor. so good at teaching that you make me jealous.
Professor?
It went well.
I'm really getting the hang of this.
It's all coming together.
It's all instinct now.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I learn with my heart, not my head.
Forgive me.
It's fine. Honestly, it's pretty funny when you think about it.
I did not expect the horse to react so violently when I approached.
No kidding. And I didn't expect the two of us to get covered in hay.
Animals have never taken to me. It must be as you said. My face is the problem. I have not honed my smile well enough. I deeply regret the trouble I've caused you.
Don't be ridiculous. And especially don't be sad. It's no trouble at all, I promise. Everyone makes mistakes. Isn't that what you've been trying to teach me?
Yes, I suppose so.
It does look like this'll take a while to clean up. But if we work together, it'll be done in no time.
I am truly sorry.
Don't apologize. When it's your turn for stable duty, I'm happy to help.
Really?
Sure. And in return, you can help me out when I'm on kitchen duty.
Of course.
By the way, I tried out all that stuff you mentioned before, about how to not be a scatterbrain. I'm still pretty hopeless, but thanks to you, I'm making fewer mistakes. It's probably not a good idea for me to be left alone around knives and boiling water, though. That's why it'll be really nice knowing you have my back.
You have changed.
Huh?
You no longer fear approaching me for help. You simply ask. And now, when the need arises, I will rely on you, too.
Sir, have you heard? They say we fully located the enemy. It's seen hiding in the steel vest, the White Monastery. Lady Rhea and all of the knights all return. Take them down. And this is being done secret. Why? Keep us to keep you in dark. Lady Rhea likely assumed you were able to stop yourself confronting the enemy if you knew they were looking. But not how the story ends it. Professor, we're at the ready. Order depart, we'll fight it at your side.
I'll not allow it.
Discovery comes when the knights are at east. It is all too likely that our foes will themselves to lure you out there. They are the ones, Jeralt, from you. I know how to despise them. I must ask you rein in your purse feelings for now.
Please, Professor, do not act carelessly. Ask that you at least to this. Losing you soon after lose Jeralt would be honorable.
Lady Seth, please try to understand reasoning before Rigorous. With the knights still away, we can afford for you to the monastery undid. Enemy strength is yet known. Only warriors who like and a chance are to wield relics. With that in mind, obvious who should be ditched, is it not? If the Prophet leaves, we will well. Already made preparation and are ready to depart at a moment's notice. Surely you see that we cannot any longer for the night gather. Please, do what must be done and give us the order.
Professor, do you agree with strategy? Understood. I will give the order. You destroy me that is hide in the sea fort. You have protection of the gods on your side. Whatever happens, you shall come.
Know what enemy think? We will not fail. I promise that.
The Silvest is up ahead. Stay alert.
This is for Jeralt. Will not flatter.
Is to repay the kindness of the profession who saved my life.
Leave it to us, Professor. I'll do my all. Fighting Tomas will be difficult. Person.
I really love the fighting people I know. We have a choice. Even if it's difficult, an enemy is enemy. Just gotta get it with.
Kill them from behind. As long as you don't see faces, I don't know if you know them.
We won't unless we saw their face. Yes, I suppose that is true. Professor, I hope I meant what I told you. Enemy or is enemy. And I will follow until the end, whatever that may be. Yes, we'll fulfill our duty together. We've this far. We can't stop now. I hope you know that you rely on us. No matter who the enemy is, we are prepared to take them down. Yes, no matter who they be.
Thank you.
I am grateful.
Thanks.
Enemy always intend to lure her. Here.
Hello, here. Welcome to the Fort of Death. My name is Grania. This weak little girl is the borrowed look. This is what I